The DAs across the state have a lot of legislation that's pending before the legislature, but I'm happy to say that the one that's already through is the repeal of the Intractable Paint Act. As of July 1st, 2015, it is gone. The people who promulgate the regulations that were put out as a result of that law have 180 days from July 1st to take those regulations off the books. What that means is now a doctor can tell a patient no and doesn't have to refer them anywhere. What it also means is now we have the ability to start going after, I believe, some of these pain clinics who are doing nothing but trading one addiction for another. Now, Suboxone is a drug that can be useful in getting somebody off oxycodone, but it's not supposed to be a substitute. And what has happened in a lot of these clinics is it's become a substitute. And now, these guys back here can tell you it has street value now. And it's being sold on the streets. So now we can start going after that. And so I wanted to thank y'all for all your help. I know you've called a lot of the legislators. Not one vote was against the repeal of that act. We got all of the votes in the House, every vote in the Senate. So we're thrilled to death with that. We have to be vigilant and go after these places that are indiscriminately giving out these pills, because 90% of the cases we handle have an addiction behind them. And if we can get these people off these pills, I believe they can be salvaged, and I believe they can become productive citizens for the most part. You're always going to have thugs. Thugs are everywhere. But a lot of people we see that we get caught up in the criminal justice system are there solely because of their addiction. I can't tell you how many officers have told me in court and just shake their heads and said, I knew that guy growing up. I never thought I'd ever see him in here. And probably wouldn't have but for the addiction. This one issue is driving everything in society, not just in the criminal justice system, but every walk of life, every family. I've seen family after family devastated by it. I see autopsy after autopsy of people who have died as a result of drug overdoses. It's hard to go in the office sometimes when you walk in, there's a new stack of autopsies on your desk.
Dan, I've got some newspaper articles here I compiled, but there's one that you may have some information on, cannabis oil bill.
Oh yeah, I can address that briefly if you want me to. Several families across the state have children who have these intractable seizures, and there's a type of cannabis, and they've gone through all the normal medications, and it's not working for them. There is a hope that this cannabis oil that has 0.9% or less THC in it could be helpful to them. In fact, I was just watching this morning in the legislature. It passed out of a committee and is going to the calendar committee, so it's getting ready to go to the House floor. What that does is carve out a very narrow exception that if you have an order from the state that produces it, and you have an order from a physician here in this state that would be useful in your case, you can bring that in and you wouldn't be charged with possession of marijuana, because it's not marijuana. That oil has cannibal products in it, but the THC in it is so low you couldn't get high on it if you wanted to. But it helps these children with their seizures. And right now that bill is limited to the treatment of infantile seizures, intractable seizures.
Thank you.